While Max Verstappen was understandably pleased with this spectacular Spanish Grand Prix victory, the most ecstatic part of the Barcelona paddock had to be the Mercedes garage after their first double podium of the 2023 Formula 1 season. It looks like the big upgrade has improved them the most on the grid. Are they on their way back to the top? With Lewis Hamilton comfortably leading the best of the rest and George Russell coming from 12th on the grid to beat Sergio Perez to the last podium position, Mercedes has jumped to second in the Manufacturers' Championship, and it's feeling quite good. So is Mercedes on track to be the best of the rest by the end of 2023? Or is this a fluke? Can it compete with Red Bull later in the year? Mercedes last placed two cars on the podium in Brazil in 2022. With second and third place, Barcelona experienced a type of renaissance. The update is as planned. Lewis Hamilton finished second, while George Russell finished third. Mercedes must have felt like they'd won, at least after the dry period that we've had so far this season. Both drivers performed admirably, but it was George Russell's sprint to come up from 12th on the grid to third that stood out. "We knew the challenge was big," said Russell. "I thought I was fighting for P5 or 6. Third place felt out of reach, but the strategy and the car were good. Aston and Ferrari were also more off-pace than usual this time." After only 2 laps, he realised that a good result was possible. The sensation in the car was perfect. Mercedes benefited from the softer temps. On Friday, it didn't look promising. But it wasn't all up to the temps, as Mercedes had been working hard on the simulator to get the weekend just perfect. On Friday, the balance was still out of the window. Then we worked on it overnight in the simulator with the help of Mick, revealed Lewis Hamilton. "I couldn't keep up with Max's times, but George's comeback from 12th was impressive." This performance is especially significant for Mercedes since it demonstrated the true value of the upgrade package, which debuted on the W14 in Monaco. That could only be discovered on a racetrack like the Racetrack de Catalunya. "I'm very satisfied," summed up team boss Toto Wolff. "We put so much work into the car. They were bold decisions because we completely changed the front suspension and overturned the aerodynamic concept. I think we might take a step back first. At the moment, it's a bit like early days, but on the day of the race, it worked out well today." The Mercedes boss is cautiously hopeful. He points to Max Verstappen's lead, which was 26 seconds at the finish, but was probably closer to 15 to 16 seconds since Hamilton slowed down at the end. But there's still a gap. I think it's 3 to 4 tenths per lap, and the conditions suited us. That's why we have to lower our expectations a bit. The same horn is blown by Hamilton. He doesn't think you have a chance against Red Bull with the current car. But we're working on improving the car. Although that's still a lot of work, they're making progress too. I hope by the end of the year we can catch them. It's even more important to challenge them from day one next year. Lewis Hamilton furthermore praised Mercedes workers after he and teammate George Russell finished second and third at the Spanish Grand Prix on their improved W14s. Mercedes made significant alterations to their car last time out in Monaco, including the removal of their zero side pods. But this weekend's visit to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya marked the package's first meaningful test on a more traditional course. On race day, Hamilton overtook Ferrari's Carlos Sainz for second place, while Russell demonstrated the team's raw pace with a stunning surge from 12th to 3rd. Reflecting on the progress Mercedes have seemingly made, Hamilton said, "This is what we were hoping for when we bought the upgrades. I mean, we'd hoped for more in the sense of a bigger step. The actual performance step they told us was under 2 tenths, so it wasn't like a, that's still good. Not the step that everyone is working so hard towards, but we'll still take it. But this result is definitely what we were working towards. This is amazing, and it's down to all the great work that is going on with the people back at the factory, keeping their heads down. I hope everyone is feeling really proud back at the factory. George did a really good job today, so we delivered good points on a whole. We've just got to try to keep this up. For us to be quicker than the Ferraris and the Astons today was really mega." When asked if the success was due to Aston Martin and Ferrari falling back rather than Mercedes leapfrogging, Hamilton responded, "That's not the way I look at it. I like to look at the glass half full, so I think we generally had better pace than them. Collectively as a team, we generally did a better job. We made less mistakes. We delivered through the sessions. A great strategy today, for example. So yeah." Mercedes' double podium moves them up to second in the constructors' standings, benefiting from Aston Martin's underwhelming performance to jump from 1 point behind to 18 ahead. This has left Toto Wolff somewhat surprised, but in a good way, as he said the following about the race. "I'm really pleased with the hard work that has been done in Brackley and Brixworth, and happy for everyone in the team. It's a good result, but we need to be realistic too. The lower temperatures today and on Saturday really suited us. It was nice and fresh, not too hot nor too cold, and the car was in a mega window. We took a decision to go in another direction early in the season. It was a risky move, but everyone has just pushed forward, and we've got a good race car. We now need to just keep chipping away. We are a good team at grinding away. Once there is a clear direction, we just go for it. Let's keep our expectations real though. We've got a long way to go to catch Red Bull, but it's good to see we are moving in the right direction," Wolff said. Andrew Chauvelin, the team's technical director, had to say the following about Mercedes' development path and the recent results. "It's great to see both cars on the podium again. It's been a while. We're obviously pleased with the result, but it's more satisfying to see the progress with the car. The team have been working flat out since the Bahrain test to bring improvements to the car, and it's nice to see that the recent updates appear to have brought performance. The drivers did a great job balancing the need to push to overtake today with the tyre management requirements. The team also did really well optimizing the race. For sure, this track suits the car, especially on the long run, so we're realistic about our chances in Montreal. We seem to be moving in the right direction though, and that's the main thing. We've made good progress in the championship. Max is clearly out of arm's reach for us at the moment, but we had fun today and we're looking forward to the next races," Chauvelin said. The team are rightfully optimistic and over the moon by their result in the Spanish GP, and this hasn't gone unnoticed on the grid. One of the snowball effects of the result is that Lewis Hamilton's future was brought up once again. But the good listener could hear Hamilton stating that he hopes to close the gap to Red Bull at the end of the year, or at least at the beginning of next year. Does this mean that Hamilton will stay at Mercedes? Lewis Hamilton has suggested that he is finally on the approach of signing a new Mercedes deal for 2024, saying that it may be done as soon as today, the Monday following the Spanish Grand Prix. The 38-year-old's current contract expires at the end of 2023, but during the post-race press conference, he stated that while he hoped the W14 would progress enough to be a regular thorn in Red Bull's side at the end of the season, his focus was on starting 2024 on equal terms with Red Bull. Asked subsequently about whether that meant he would be in what will presumably be the Mercedes W15 next year, Hamilton said while breaking into laughter, "I hadn't signed anything yet, but I think we're thinking of meeting with Toto Wolff tomorrow, so hopefully we can get something done." A Ferrari offer for his services in 2024 was alleged just last month, but was refuted by all parties concerned, with Hamilton and Mercedes pressing on a renewal. "I think we just need to get time and to sit over coffee. It's going to take half an hour." Toto Wolff likewise told about Hamilton's extension in the aftermath of the Spanish GP. Hamilton admitted that his response to the contract was not a subtle hint. "I mean, we've had so many meetings, so it's just another one of the meetings that we're having." On whether it would be good to put the distraction of not yet having a deal in place for 2024 aside, he said, "I mean, you can see today my results. My performance is not affected by that. It's always something that's at the back of your mind though, so once that's done, then you're able to focus more and think about the future. But as I said, I'm working as hard as I can with this team and see so much strength within the team. I think they're still so hungry, and the podium today was really, really special. I saw them in the distance, at the back of the crowd. They're always at the back. But to be able to see the excitement in all the people I've worked with in such a long time is special. And when we go back right now, it'll be great energy within the office. These guys, they'll take 2 seconds to enjoy themselves and be happy, and then they'll go back down into the books and trying to figure out how we can win the next race. That's what I love about them." So, it's done then. Hamilton will stay at Mercedes for at least 2024. Are you happy about this? And could they challenge Red Bull during this or the next season? The upgrades seem to be working well, so time will tell. Let us know your thoughts after the Spanish Grand Prix in the comments down below. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next one.